I'm on a mission in Scotland to play the St Andrews Old Course. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. Turnberry is the first stop after landing nearly 16 hours before this round.
Fuck's sake.
We've played in the morning at King Robert the Bruce, one of the courses at the Trump complex, and now we're on the Ailsa course, the British Open course, for the afternoon. Will my strategy of just getting the ball into play and having a long approach shot, 160 to 210 yards into the green, is that going to work for me, or is it a disaster waiting to happen?
Okay.
I don't think you get any more than like a 7 out of there though. You're 150, so I'll be hitting a 7.
I need a 6. A grip down 6.
I think 7's fine. You're
Okay,
only
yeah,
150 for the
let's
seven.
go to 7. Whoopsie. What a... Stop. That'll do.
Okay, I confess, I also have a secondary goal as well. In my 20 rounds in Scotland, I want to have a scratch handicap by the end of the trip. My initial strategy to do that sounds like this. Get the ball off the tee around 200 to 250 yards. My sole focus is to avoid fairway bunkers or gorse bushes off the tee. Approach shot length doesn't matter to me because I'll just hit the ball near the green and putt as often as I can inside 50 yards. Don't manufacture shots when playing in the wind. I must play shots I know how to hit, play my natural game, and just take into account the wind's effect on the ball and accept it. After the first 2 holes, it seems the green complexes are different to classic links courses, which is what I had been planning on. It looks like there are a lot more contours around the green, more like a modern golf course. This could spell disaster for my strategy because I'm expecting to leave a lot of long approaches into the green. So, with 2 opening doubles, of course I bring out the big dog. Maybe it's time to abandon my strategy 3 holes into the trip.
This is the best lie we've had all day.
Yeah, 157, but downhill, downwind.
Will this work, or will I just shoot big numbers everywhere? Your job is to comment below. What will my handicap index be for the entire trip of 20 rounds? Use 1 decimal point in your guess. All correct guesses will go into a draw to win so much water player gear. It's actually crazy. I might even throw a putter in.
141, downhill, downwind like this.
I think 48 should get there. I'm scared if the pitching wedges fly, it'll just go right over the back.
Because I think it will fly off of there.
Could just be maybe front edge.
No, you're in the middle of the green.
Okay.
I didn't stick with my plan to avoid hitting manufactured shots. I manufactured the devil out of a 6-iron and it lands on the tee of the next hole with pinpoint accuracy. I couldn't do it again if I tried. If I just hit a normal 6-iron and finish 10 yards short of the green, that's perfect. When I try hit a low hooker, I end up blocking it way right. I should remember these things and cut them out to avoid these ridiculous shots.
Okay, that had a little fade on at least.
We've hit a pretty decent drive down here. We're 5 over after 4 holes. We're not feeling great about our lives. But what comes next may be the finest show on earth, with the best iron shot these caddies have ever seen. I ripped a slut-shaming 4-iron from 250 yards and left 2 feet of real estate to eliminate one of the opening double bogeys. Absolutely disgusting.
Eagle that trump, man.
Covering that 2 foot of real estate, I just eliminate one of the first 2 double bogeys. So far, I'm not loving the 3-iron and I'm not loving the driver off the tee. This is a big problem because if I don't find a tee ball, we're going to have big issues playing these difficult courses.
Yeah, I kind of thought
This is a Callaway Rogue. It has a Ventus 60X black shaft in it, and I really should only use this club when I'm feeling very confidential. It's lower spinning than my previous driver, but I only used it in one round before coming to Scotland. I thought it would work well for the links golf, but forgot that it's 20 degrees cooler here than in Thailand. Look at this rough. This rough is penal. You go in there, it's basically a drop shot a lot of the time. It's just that thick. I hope that most of the courses on this trip won't be this thick because it's going to be big numbers for me.
Oops, oops, oops. Sit, sit, sit. Okay, fine.
But here's the club to set me free. This is a 1-iron. Lee Trevino said only God can hit a 1-iron. That was well before I was born. The 1-iron is razor thin with a tiny club face, but this will be my secret weapon, I think. It was easy to hit in Thailand, but again, in Thailand your fingers and wrists and arms are warm, so you make long, sensual swings. In Scotland, a mishit will hurt like hell. The 1-iron is a $25 used Wilson, circa 20th century AD. $25 import costs and $50 shipping to Thailand make it a $100 golf club.
That felt real good. Whataplayergolf.com. These are the classics. You don't know which polo to buy first? These are the first 4 to buy. This one, the Pillow Fight, copied by Puma. Check it out. Bryson DeChambeau at the Open. Completely plagiarized from us. Birdies of Paradise, another classic. All-time favorites, Cock and Balls, Players Playland. Whataplayergolf.com. Start with those 4. Try them out. You're going to get addicted. Buy more. Oh, come on, man. Go, ball. Go.
Here's a confession. I always thought I would take a caddy at the big name courses after I had the big dog Brent, an absolute legend at Pebble Beach. But I've since decided to not take a caddy again. In Thailand it's mandatory and something I wish we could do without, but we can't. The extra pressure that a career caddy at big name courses adds is only a small part of my decision. And actually the caddies here were superb, but the main reason is that the Russian and I hardly spoke during the front 9 because we were acting like tour pros, sticking with our caddies, talking through the shots, blah blah blah. We only realized we were doing it after we stopped at the amazing halfway cafe in the lighthouse. I prefer chit chat and a relaxing time with a buddy, so I'll be skipping caddies for the rest of my days. The risk-reward ratio to my enjoyment is just not in my favor. This is a stretch of golf holes that I think are the most beautiful I've ever seen. They kick Pebble Beach's ass, and I don't think you're going to find a more beautiful par 5 than this one.
That'll.
It shouldn't hurt you. It should be long enough to carry the second bunker. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Oh, gee whiskers. Oh, okay.
Then we move to the back tees at the 11th hole. Absolutely stunning hole. Changes the entire view by going to the back. Up on the right or the shorter tees, doesn't look as impressive. So I stick a 3-iron onto the front from 235 into a 2 or 3 club wind, and then just stick it to a foot. This is the strategy I'm talking about. Get it around the green and just putt it like a bazowski. Now my thinking with a 1-iron is that I can hit it really bad, just like this one. And I leave myself still 190 yards to go. Not a problem. If I catch it, I'm getting 250, 260, 270 out of it with rollout. If I hit it really bad like I hit that one, I still get 180, 190 yards with it. And it stays so low that it stays below the wind. That's where I come from with the 1-iron. Now I try the driver again, and of course, it doesn't work much better than anything else, putting me into the deep shizer once again. This is going to be a big problem if I can't get off the tee, because once you're in this rough, you just tunk it left. It's not a pretty sight. The club gets wrapped up by the grass and you're going left most of the time. These are real wrist breakers. I need to avoid this because I've got like 24 more rounds to go in 20 days.
That's in the bunker. Okay.
Perfect, my lad.
A little too hammered. Come around, come around.
Come back.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, what a putt. Putt of the day.
Oh.
I'm a very confident long iron player, but when it's cold and I'm tired, no telling what can happen. So I bring the big dog out to just simplify my game a little bit, get the ball in play, come what may.
Okay, no, let's do 3-iron or 1-iron.
I find when you get tired, when you're a little jet lagged, you start to feel a little bit of pressure to just hold the round together. I find that when I'm getting a bit tired, not feeling that great about life, I start to tug the ball big time left. I then also fan it way out right. Obviously, I'm falling back on old habits, probably swaying a bit, and it's not going exactly as it should. But that's fine. All I have to do is just hold it together and be a good playing partner, not to destroy the other person's round. It's very difficult, especially when you're tired, your emotions are high, you can't control yourself just as easily.
Oh no.
From the rough on these golf courses, and it seems the Trump golf courses don't like to thin out the rough, you really have to take into account the closing of the club face. Though grass is so long, it's just wrapping around the shaft and pulling that club face closed to the left.
Fuck me.
And stuff is just coming out of there way left. It's very difficult to tell you how far left to aim, but I'm finding it just 45 degrees straight left out of this rough. If you can plan it to be able to hit it 45 degrees left, 100 yards with an 8-iron or so, you can actually get the ball into a good position. I didn't realize this, and I was still aiming at the pin, or just right of the pin, when really I should have been aiming for a 45 degree left shot, 100 yards just into the fairway, leaving a pitch shot or a wedge into the green.
Yeah.
I did feel a slight hit of confidence here on this round. My strategy was made for the classic links courses. I assumed a lot of these courses would be classic, but I didn't realize that this place had a refurbishment around the greens. At this point of the round, we're just trying to keep the ball in play, trying not to top it completely, just get it out there 180, 200 yards, and just chunk it up, chip and putt, try to get out of there with some bogeys and pars, and leave with our head held high. It's a beautiful 10 over par at the end of the day. I haven't played a walking 36 holes in a couple of years. I'm very happy with that. Nice to meet this bad boy. and we'll be playing again the following week because he's such a legend. I'll take that score. Remember to put your guess of what my handicap index will be at the end of this 20-round trip to Scotland. The best guesses will go into a draw to get the water player gear. I hope the weather warms up for the rest of this trip. If not, we may be seeing some big ass numbers. And I look forward to declaring my scratch handicap at the end of 20 rounds.